Man, I haven't been here in such a long time, but once again, I'm right beside my brother, and we have some outrageous insanity going on in our airlines. Oh. It's like people have forgotten that beyond the fact that there's a business, there are people inside of a plane.
Who pays them to run their business in the first place?
Oh my gosh. How do you even survive if you don't have the people inside of the plane? Why is that not your most important focus? You feel what I'm saying?
This is how far we have came so far. And this leads to another point. Me and you, we're building it right now, dissecting what Boeing did with its new liner and what kind of a disaster they're playing right now. And that's another show. But coming to the point now, this guy came from work specifically to broadcast this thing.
Moy, when you told me about it, bro, I really, I was taken back by the situation because I hadn't seen it. I've been away from the media for a little bit. Sometimes you just got to take a break because it can throw you off.
You went to California too. That's the reason. That's another reason. And but let's come back to the point. You're in customer service.
Yes.
You're specifically in customer service. What kind of a disaster does it mean for United? But let's first say what happened. United Airlines, unfortunately, booked more tickets than they have seats left in their plane. I don't know how long they have been doing this for.
Right.
I mean,
I feel like they've been around for quite some time.
They have been around for quite some time, okay? And yesterday they figured out that they have sold more tickets than there are seats left. So they announced that 4 individuals have to get down from the plane in order for them to go to Chicago. There were some incentives, but it was not big enough for anybody to take that jump. They finally decided with their so-called algorithm that they're going to pick randomly some people.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there was this doctor. He was an Asian doctor. Well, by Asian, I mean Chinese or Japanese. That's how he looks like. Not Asian as in Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to let you guys know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pissed about this thing.
Yeah.
Because this individual was a doctor. He was going for a patient that he has to see the next morning. And then they decided that they're going to pull him out of the plane. And you got to see the video. There's video that we're going to cut and paste in this point for you to see what exactly happened. They dragged him from the plane when he refused to get dragged from the plane when he paid for his ticket.
His money.
His money. His hard-earned money. If he's a doctor, he spent 12 years and probably he's in debt.
I believe this is when he got back on the plane, John. Let's listen and then we'll talk about it.
Pilots drive the whole thing. Can't they rent a car for the pilots and have them drive? No! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! No! Oh my Guys, my God! What are you doing?
I have to go home. I have to go home. I have to go home. I have to go. Just kill me. Just kill me. Kill me. Just kill me. I have to go home. Kill me. Just kill me. Just kill me. Just kill me. I have to go home. 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 I have to go
So, John, listen, I don't know the condition of this man, and again, they're still investigating. But if someone had tried to pull me off a plane like that, I just think about myself, as you said earlier. I think I would be pretty upset and stunned, and I don't know what my frame of mind would be after being dragged off an airplane and bloody. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, we were all in shock, and you look at that video, you see him, he's obviously in shock. He, again, talking to him prior to the event, he was a sweet man. Then violently pulled off. He comes back running on the plane, and I mean, yeah, he's in shock at this point. There's just no other way to explain it.
You know what gets me about the story, bro? This is what really gets me about the whole story. That is I can feel, did you feel it? The passion he spoke with, because you really feel something about this story. I can relate to that.
Yes.
But this is what really gets me about the story. This guy had the airline has protocol for things like this. Like
Yes.
you said, they've been around for quite some time.
Yes.
This very thing in your protocol is to offer vouchers and money for your seat.
Yes.
And you can go up to a certain limit. When he decides that that amount is appropriate enough for him to get off of the seat, out of that seat, he can demand his money in cash right at that point. The airline did not go through any of the steps before calling security to remove him. His face was the color of my shirt. That is embarrassing for something to be named United Airlines.
Yes.
One of our premier air carriers.
What kind of customer service are we standing for in the 21st century? Is this the kind of business that we want to relate our names for? And did United really forget that we have something called the camera in every cell phone? Did they how dumb? Did they really forget that people who were on board had a phone with an internet connection with their social media on to broadcast this thing live?
They missed it. You know what it was? You know how your Wi-Fi will leave once you get in the air, you get a certain amount. So that maybe they thought to themselves, you know what? We're on the plane. No one's going to see this. We can rough them up a little bit and drag them off of there.
It is a shame to see companies still existing in the 21st century, 2017, in the United States, first world country, right? We're considered first world country.
Yes.
Where they treat their customers on this level, knowing, I'm sure they knew that this is going to be broadcasted. For an individual who lawfully paid to travel where your business is based on providing services for people to travel, like me and him.
Yes.
Okay, but after this incident happened, he came back to the plane, and when we saw the video, this guy was completely, he lost it. He lost it, psychologically he lost it, because he couldn't believe how it could go to that point.
Listen, at the end of the day, here it is. This is what you need to know. When you are doing something, it has to be right at the core. If it's not properly structured in its core, that means the training is off, that means your training is off, that means something is not right in your heart. You got to get that figured out, especially as a leader, because it will trickle down to your employees. That is very, very important. Extremely important. That's why I like working for the Choctaw Nation. I won't lie to you.
Yes.
They have it right from the outside, and it definitely trickles down. I can feel that.
You can feel something is right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another thing that I had to say to you, bro, I had to say to you that at the end of the day, we live in this planet, we're human beings. Whatever we call it, business, money, this and that, business is a big deal now. It's a trend.
Right.
I can't care less about business. I care more about entrepreneurship. That means more to me than just business. Because we live in this planet and we deal with human beings. Okay? We deal with human beings. I mean, it's not that tough for us to understand this. I mean, am I coming across properly, ladies and gentlemen? We deal with human beings. A human being is somebody like me, who's a living, breathing body, has families, emotions, things going on in their lives. When you treat somebody like that, I don't want to see your face. I just don't want to see your face, because that is not that is not my values, where my values lie. Just doing business and just your name. No, that's not where my values lie. I mean, it's not where my values lie. As a huge corporation like this, you know that your name matters. You know that people look up to you.
Very true.
If you're treating your customers who are citizens of this country where you run your business, you don't need to be running your business. You need to be getting out. Or provide a clear explanation about exactly how and what had happened, and maybe say sorry if you made a mistake and accept it, like you said, accepting that you made a mistake.
It's definitely necessary. Listen, at this point, right now, United doesn't, listen, everyone is entitled to make
mistakes.
No one is saying that United should just be disbanded from the world. You know, because we make mistakes on a day-to-day basis. But the bottom line is this: if you don't get things figured out, and by that I mean start making some changes in who you hire, how you interview. By the way, if you're looking for a good interviewer, I can definitely lend you my service, but it won't be. You know, I may do it pro bono. Who knows? You really need my help, obviously.
He is really good. He's really good. You're going to be watching his interview coming in shortly for a very important person that we just don't want to give it to you right now, but it's working, it's on progress. You will see it when it happens. But yeah, that was it. I mean, it really mattered to me, especially because I have Dallas Real now and I feel obligated to inform and let people know, like, what?